Before they got famous, many actors had crazy jobs to pay the bills. Brad Pitt dressed as a giant chicken mascot for a food restaurant. Channing Tatum was a stripper. Matthew McConaughey hunted armadillos on a golf course. But sometimes, the journey to movie stardom involves breaking the law and paying the price. These 5 actors broke the law big time, with most paying fines and serving time before their careers took off on the big screen. One is a family film favorite, one is a popular action star, and 2 of them made a film together after they served time together. Let's dive in. Number 5, Tim Allen. Before he moved into the wintry North Pole for the Santa Claus, Tim Allen was dealing with a different kind of snow. We're talking about cocaine. Almost 1.5 pounds of it, which he was arrested trying to sell in 1978. He'd already been dealing for a couple of years when he was caught with all that blow, and he was facing a potential life sentence. Now, to avoid a long sentence, he pled guilty to trafficking charges and gave up the names of several other drug dealers. He ended up serving just under 2.5 years, after which he began his stand-up comedy career and then his popular sitcom Home Improvement. That led to a movie career that includes the Toy Story films. So Tim Allen went to jail, and then he went to infinity and beyond. Number 4, Nick Nolte. Up with criminal con man Eddie Murphy in the 48 Hours movies, but there was a time when he was playing the criminal himself. In 1961, Nolte was arrested for forging fake draft cards for his friends to help them get out of serving in the military during the Vietnam War. Assisting in draft dodging is a serious offense, and the 20-year-old Nolte was fined $75,000 and sentenced to 75 years in prison. A judge had pity on him and suspended the sentence, leaving him on probation for the rest of the Vietnam War with the threat of the sentence being fulfilled if he broke the law again. Many years later, Nolte would lampoon his past in Tropic Thunder, playing a grizzled Vietnam vet film consultant who was actually a giant scam artist. And he was also arrested again many years after he became famous, this time for drunk driving. And his notorious mugshot, complete with wild hair and Hawaiian shirt, became famous overnight. Number 3, Eddie Bunker. The movie Reservoir Dogs is about a group of bank robbers in a job gone wrong, but did you know that it starred a real-life bank robber as well? Eddie Bunker, who played Mr. Blue, had a criminal record a mile long, from forgery and drug trafficking to a bank heist that ended in a high-speed chase. He went in and out of jail from 1950 to 1975. While in prison, he started writing crime books using his real-life experience. 2 of his books were turned into movies: Straight Time, starring Dustin Hoffman, and Animal Factory, starring Willem Dafoe. He used the fame and popularity of those works to make a career as a character actor and screenwriter. He eventually wrote a screenplay called Runaway Train, about convicts escaping prison on the title vehicle. That's where he helped another former criminal get into the acting world, and he's the next one on our list. Number 2, Danny Trejo. You know the face, the gravelly voice, the tattoos, and the badass vibe from movies like Machete, Con Air, Heat, and Halloween. But he started that journey in a much different and more dangerous place: San Quentin Prison. After years of stints in prison starting in 1956, Trejo ended up as a prison boxer at San Quentin, where fellow inmate Eddie Bunker saw him box. After getting out of jail, he ended up helping a friend on the set of Runaway Train, where he met Eddie Bunker again and got a small role in the film and a consultant position. That led to a relationship with filmmaker Robert Rodriguez, who put him in Desperado, Machete, and even the Spy Kids movies. He has since become a huge star, popular restaurant owner, and a drug counselor for at-risk youth. And the number 1 criminal-turned-movie star, Mark Wahlberg. Before he was a record-breaking box office action hero, he was a rebellious rap star in the group Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. But before that, he got in legal trouble for a series of racially motivated assaults. It started when he was 15, with him forming groups of kids to hurl both rocks and racial slurs at a group of black children over a series of days. That could be chalked up to cruel and stupid behavior from a teenager, but 2 years later in 1988, the assaults got much worse. While high on PCP, he attacked and severely injured 2 Vietnamese men in separate incidents on the same day. He yelled slurs at them while striking one with a 5-foot stick and punching the other in the eye until he was unconscious. He was charged with attempted murder and eventually ended up being sentenced with contempt of court. The sentence was 2 years, but he only ended up serving 45 days in prison. After his music career led him to film stardom, Wahlberg became a huge star and producer. He cleaned up his act and found religion. Almost 3 decades later, in 2014, he tried to have the charge removed from his criminal record, but it still remains to this day.